This is Dr. Gail Carson, the spunky old broad, and I am thrilled you're with me today. It's so important you live the wonderful life that you deserve. And so before I begin, let me tell you that you are in for an amazing ride. And here are the rules. Let's have some fun. Since this is an interactive training, I have prizes, so tell me your name, what your greatest problem is, and not only will I answer it personally, but you'll be entered for a great prize. This entire webinar consists of thoughts and ideas, especially for you, so you can live a regret-free lifestyle complete with the health, wealth, and happiness you crave. I am absolutely delighted that you are joining me on this journey. So here we go. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up every day with a genuine smile on your face and go to sleep the same way? I do. What would it be like to sleep through the night and wake up refreshed? I do. And leverage your true talent and make money. That's what I am here for. So how would you like me to share a few ideas, like how you can know how to say no without feeling guilty, and the secret to the me word instead of the be word, and why being a cougar just might be a good thing? There are so many things to discover. The cure for making you money, and the key, of course, is where your energy comes from. Energy is the key in your life, and it comes from everything you do and everything that surrounds you. So ask yourself, are you in a career or are you a jobbie? So it's really important for you to make sure that everything you do in your day and your life leads to these three things. I promise, and it is up to you to take the first step. I promise that you're going to do these things if you follow the things that I give you. And that's what this is, a step-by-step process to get you on that path to a healthier, happier, and wealthier life. When you're part of the SOB community, you're with like-minded people who want to go out and make fabulous things happen. Do you realize how many things women over 50 control? They make most of the buying decisions, they control most of the wealth, and they are the backbone of the family unit. And many of you are surrounded by people who try to drag you down every chance they get. When you have your SOB spirit intact, you won't let these people get near you. I know you may be living with some of them, but you can't let them control you, your day, and especially your future. We tend to keep putting things off and let bright, shiny objects sidetrack us. It's important you take a stand now. I want you to really stop and think about where you go from here and how you want your life to be. Remember, we're talking about health, wealth, and happiness, so chart your course. By now, you're probably wondering, why should you listen to me? So let me tell you my story. I've been in business for over 55 years. My businesses were worth over $50 million, and I trained over 1 million students. I then became an international speaker, working in 50 countries and 49 states, with 1,000 clients in 50 different industries. I received a doctorate from Nova Southeastern University and a CSP, which is a certified speaking professional from the National Speakers Association, and a CMC, which is a certified management consultant from the Institute of Management Consultants. Although I'm extremely proud of my business success, I'm even prouder that I was happily married to my soulmate for 45 years before he passed away. During this time, I was challenged with 3 cases of breast cancer that resulted in 16 surgeries, and that's why I can identify with you if you're older or if you've had problems, and what I call a breast cancer champion. I can help you with the trauma, the sadness, and the confusion that follows all of this. I can tell you when I figured out I was bowled over, when I found out The first time I had cancer, I thought, oh my gosh, it's over. But after all, I ate healthy, I worked out all the time, and I loved what I did. So it really made me dig deep into my psyche and to really figure out during that time that I went through this emotional piece of why me? You can just imagine to how will I define it, me, and how will it define me? The main question for my doctor, however, was, will I live? And when the answer was yes, I got to work figuring out how to deal with everything. For those of you going through the same thing, I'm here for you and will answer any question that you have for me. When my husband and my son died, it was going through all my thoughts again and digging deep into my soul to understand and process it. That's why I know my system will work for you, because those are the exact skills I used to get me through. I call this the law of happiness. Even the most wealthy, successful, high-powered individuals have a problem with being happy. On the outside, they appear to be who everyone wants to be, but inside they are crying because they're living the life everyone expects them to live, but not the one that gets deep down into their gut. I've trained over 1 million students, and I've had Miss USAs, teachers who opened their own schools after I sold mine, and my clients have included Bank of America, IBM, AT&T, as well as small entrepreneurial but fast-growing enterprises. I have one woman who took her business from 500,000 to $2 million in 2 years, applying the strategy she learned. And another $1 million earner who wanted a more peaceful lifestyle, which meant adjusting her way of life. Now, you don't have to have grandiose ideas or make $1 million, but you do have to be willing to change and modify some of your behaviors. And that's where I come in. But let me tell you about my personal self. I was born in Albany, New York, and was a rebel all my life. My dad was a pharmacist, and I learned how to talk on the telephone. I had to phone in his drug orders, and his handwriting was as bad as any doctor's. And you can imagine how complicated those drug names were. In high school, I was a singer and a dancer and had a fantastic time as a semi-pro with a male dancing partner. In fact, I used to go to all the MGM and 20th Century Fox musicals at the movies, and I wrote down all the dance steps that I would then teach to my partner. I went off to college and studied theater and broadcasting and headed off to Miami with a dream. I gave myself 2 weeks to make it, and if I didn't, I was moving to Los Angeles, good old LA, the only other warm place that I knew of. Luckily for me, I got the job I wanted on the 14th day, and I owned the business 8 months later, and I was 21 years old. That's why I know I can help you. I've had goals, dreams, illness, marriage, kids, and I'm still going and growing. I am on this journey with you, and I am here for you. My husband and I invested in real estate, and at one time we owned over $10 million worth. Well, you know what the real estate market did, and it crashed. And my husband died almost the same time. It was rough. I felt overwhelmed and that I would never work myself out of it. Well, I did almost. There are still things I'm working myself out of. But how did I get through it? With my system. It's very important to me because I proved it works. And I want to impart all of this to you because I know it made such a difference in my life. And I know it will make a difference in yours as well. I found that happiness equals freedom. Remember, the law of happiness. It's everything. So what is happiness to you and what is freedom for you? I know you want life balance. I know you want to stay well, and I know you want financial freedom. Maybe you want to drop 20 pounds or add $10,000 to your bank account. Or maybe you're in an unhappy marriage or your kids are giving you problems. You're looking for balance, and that's always changing. I had one kind of balance growing up. That changed when I went to college. It changed again when I moved and went into business. Then it changed again when I got married. I raised a family and combined that with an expanding business empire. Now I am alone with my dog and cats, of course, which they always seem to get in on these webinars too. And it's different once more. What I want to offer you is the chance to reinvent yourself from the inside out. You're going to get directions, insights, and results. Is this making sense? Can you see how this will work for you? I want every woman over the age of 50, and especially for those of you who have experienced breast cancer too, to know and understand your divine purpose in life and create your own personal happiness and soar to your highest potential. That's the key. But you need to take action and do the work. It isn't hard, but it is consistent. When you practice these techniques daily, you will get fantastic results. This is a defined blueprint, a strategy to implement, and a personal results planning session. SOBs are spunky, open, and brave. You are unique. You're an entity unto yourself. There's no one else like you. So you're probably saying, well, what can a 77-year-old teach me? Well, I am consistently reinventing myself with books, seminars, coaches, mentors, and mastermind groups. I never stop growing and learning. Just this week, I spent 10 hours a day studying 3 new courses. You can't say it costs too much. Cancer costs a lot. Illness versus happiness, you can't put a price on that. And then if you say the same old, well, when you look at it differently through the eyes of a 50-plus woman, this will reveal itself to you. And this is new. It's ahas, new things that will come about. So it's you looking at you in a whole new way. So here are your 5 simple steps to success. Number 1, take stock in you. This is so you're going to be in the right frame of mind. Number 2, don't listen to naysayers. There are a lot of them, and there's a lot of people that say, yeah, but you have to focus on what will work and what won't. Number 3, stop the excuses. We all have them. I have them. I know you must have them, but you've got to stop them and continue on. Number 4, put on your big girl panties. Celebrate what does work. And number 5, smile, celebrate, and live your dream. So let's all celebrate what will work and not what won't. So taking stock in you. Number 1 says to evaluate your personal wealth. Well, this means to take stock in who you are and what turns you on and customize it just for you. The next one asks, admit where you rank in your own hierarchy. I have to ask you a really important question here. Is there time for you in all of this? You know, many of you put everybody else before yourself. And lastly, explain your threshold of no without feeling guilty. Evaluate your own personality. Don't listen to the naysayers. The first one we talk about is to say your affirmations each morning. So you need to start every morning with a smile besides your affirmations. You can't say affirmations without a smile on your face. So what is it? Do you say, oh, I can't get going until I get my first cup of coffee? Remember, I have 3 little faces looking at me when I wake up, but I still wake up with a smile on my face and there's something positive coming out of my mouth. Secondly, you better prepare for the responses because you're going to hear a lot of crap. People will tell you whatever they want to tell you, that you can't feel this way, that it does no good, it doesn't mean anything. Forget about it. And the last one, is to change your own reaction to all of this. Deep breathe. One of the things that is very important for me are my animals, as you can tell. And they help calm me down. Water helps calm me down, both drinking and looking at it, and exercise as well. Stop. Step 3 is to stop the excuses. And the first one talks about the blame game. You've got to stop blaming others and accept the responsibility yourself. And it doesn't matter where the fault is. Just move on. If you can't forgive people, you're never going to get past all your problems. So this is very, very important. And the next one is, who's the enabler? Is that you? Many women are. Make sure you aren't. And the last one is no more victim scenario. I mean, it's so easy to be a victim, and you see them every day, and sometimes you are one, but you can't act like one. You've got to get yourself out of it. So let's look at step number 4. Step number 4 talks about putting on your big girl panties. Well, the first thing we talk about is that you've got to face your fears. We all have them. And as long as you hold on to them, they're going to pull you down. So you've got to face them, and you've got to work them out of your agenda. Secondly, find what your strengths are. Value them and hire your weaknesses. Used to be that people told you, work on your weaknesses, it will be beneficial for you. Now it's forget about your weaknesses. I mean, don't forget about them, but what you can't do, hire. And the things that you do well, continue to do them. And the last one is to fight the brain drain. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it, because you can. Step 5 is to smile, celebrate, and live your dream. So how do you do that? Well, the first step is to go for a live retreat. Now, if you can't go for a live retreat because you just aren't in a situation that will allow you to do that, take a mini vacation and picture yourself swinging in a hammock. This is all mental now. Picture yourself swinging in a hammock by your favorite fantasy. Just think about that. Boy, you'll go off to some dream world. It'll be wonderful. The second one is to write a triumph list, a to-do list. I love what I do, and I want you to feel the exact same way. And the third one is to celebrate with friends or loved ones. After all, you deserve to celebrate whatever you've been dealing with. Cancer, divorce, death, kids. You deserve the best. Come on, I'm asking you personally. Raise your hand. Say, I'll do it. I want you to be part of my tribe. And I want you to not only be successful, but to be happily successful. Does that make sense to you? So here's your system: reinvention from the inside out. Insights, direction, and results. It's a system. So here are all the benefits. It reduces stress, which is the biggest cause of illness. As a matter of fact, according to the World Health Organization, stress costs company more than $300 billion, that's billion with a B, a year, in health costs, absenteeism, and poor performance. Financial independence is what gives you control. And powerful relationships, they bring you joy and happiness. And limits without guilt, don't do anything that makes you unhappy. And a fulfilling life, don't let anyone interfere with that. Now, this is your business reinvention. And the first, of course, is time management. I'm going to help you discover 22 extra days a year. Now, in a normal work week, that's an extra month every year. And if you're an entrepreneur like I am, just think what you can do with that. And if you are someone who is all about being a free spirit, wow, you're going to have it a ball. You're going to just have a great time with those extra days. So the ultimate leverage is prioritization and delegation. And delegation is not, do you do it like I do? It's, do you do it well enough? It's just like when my kids were young and the dogs had to be fed. I liked their food done a certain way. The kids had their own methods, and guess what? Dogs didn't care. They just lapped it up. And you all know about ABC priorities, and they can change quickly. I mean, getting tires for your car might be a C until you have a flat, and then quickly it becomes an A. And those of you who have gone through breast cancer or any other illness know that priorities change there as well. Now, everyone is in the marketing business. I do not care what you are doing or what kind of business you're in. You are in the marketing business, but you have to do it with oomph and a different twist. I was known as the whiz of biz because I did so much promotion and marketing. You cannot be silent. You have to get out there, and I will show you how. All of this leads to increased sales and cash flow. So let me review both the personal and business reinvention and look at all you get. You get in the personal reinvention power relationships, in the mindset, attitude, and spirit, happiness, energizing your life, health and wellness, being fit and fabulous, prosperity, freedom, and legacy. And in business reinvention, look at everything you get. You learn how to have 22 extra days a year. And of course, you get the ultimate leverage of prioritization and delegation, marketing and PR with pizzazz, and increased sales and cash flow. So if all we did was give you a life full of happiness and freedom, would it be worth it? If all we did is show you how to pick up 22 more 8-hour days, would that be worth it? If all we did was get you a closer relationship with your family and children, would that be worth it? If all you did was live in happiness, prosperity, and leave a legacy, is it worth it? So I ask you, are you worth the investment? I've already shared nuggets with you, and now you must decide if you want and you think you're worth that investment. We can talk for 30 minutes and really zero in on the issues that you have, the direction you'd like to go, or anything that's keeping you from your greatness for a special offer of just $47 for a 30-minute conversation. Or you can join our small coaching group on the 9 secrets to your happiness for 6 weeks and just $297. When you sign up for either of these, you will get the SOB Factor Personality Test, which is the #1 strategy test, and a copy of my best-selling book, Winning Ways: How to Get to the Top and Stay There, which was featured in 13 countries. Most of all, I look forward to working with all of you. And I'm going to leave you with this quote that I just love. Women are like fine wine. They get better and bolder with age. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'm going to look forward to talking with you very soon. So have a great day, and I will look forward to our conversation.